On today's one-on-one conversation is with Mr. Tarence S. Wiliams. He's the president and founder of Beast Behavior Athletic Training out of North Carolina. I found Tarence months ago on Facebook putting out these incredible training videos where he works with kids. He's also a former college athlete at Wake Forest University, and I wanted to get his story. So I'd like to welcome to the Round One Golf Podcast, Mr. Tarence Wiliams. Terrence, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Todd?
Pretty good,
man. Nice to hear from you.
Oh, okay. Same to hear from you too, man. And like I said, I want to have you on the show, man. I've been following you on Facebook. I know you have like over 100 videos where you train, and I wanted the people to get to know you a little bit. So before we get to the Beast Behavior brand, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, yeah. Tarence Wiliams, originally from Wilmington, North Carolina. Went to E.A. Laney High School is where I graduated from back in 1999. And if you're not familiar with E.A. Laney High School, or if you are familiar with the E.A. Laney High School, then you know that's where the legendary and iconic Michael Jordan is where he attended high school as well. And I know people hear the stories about him being cut from the basketball team, and then he prolonged his career to Carolina, and then of course, the Chicago Bulls. But anyway, that's where Michael Jordan went to school at E. Laney High School, is where I graduated from in '99 with a full scholarship to Wake Forest University, and had a pretty nice career at Wake Forest University. Had a couple of injuries towards the end of my career, but had a 1,000-yard season my junior year, close to 1,000 my senior year. After only playing 4 games that season, but and then had a good sophomore year, and I played as a true freshman as well. Didn't play as much because I had a senior in front of me named Morgan Kane, who was a great running back as well. But that's here now. That's the past. But that's going to just telling a little bit about my college career. So I graduated Wake Forest University in 2003. Then I came back to Wilmington, North Carolina, which is where I'm originally from. And when I got back to Wilmington, as a matter of fact, rewind time, before I graduated college at Wake Forest, I got injured in the Seattle Bowl, which is my senior year, my very last bowl game, right before the fourth quarter. I tore my patella tendon, and that hindered my chances of even prolonging my career, going to the next level, to the NFL professional level. So I came back home to my hometown to rehab for like a year and a half, and during that whole time I had an agent who was new in the industry, and he sent me to Oklahoma to train with this professional trainer so I can, get back in track and, get in football shape. I had an agent during this time. After my injury, I had an agent, and he sent me to, he flew me to Oklahoma to train with this professional trainer to, help my chances to get an NFL workout in front of a few scouts and, do the professional thing. That didn't work out. So I came back to Wilmington, North Carolina, and keep in mind, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I did have a degree, so I had that to fall back on, but it didn't mean anything unless I did something that I actually loved. And during this time, I didn't know what I loved besides football. Football was like, as from the age of 6, 7 years old, that's what I dreamt about. Just like any other, young football player. That's what we dream about. We dream about going to play collegiate level football and then getting drafted or playing for your favorite NFL team. So, with me, that didn't happen. And so I'm home, living at my parents' house and thinking to myself, like, wow, what I'm going to do with my life. So of course I had to make ends meet. I'm in my barber's chair, and my barber is one of my good friends. He's older than me, like a few years older than me, but went to the same high school. He was a senior when I was a freshman. His name is Cedron Emerson. We all call him Turtle. That's his nickname, Turtle. But so Turtle had a son who's in high school, and he was a senior about to go into his senior season. So Turtle asked him, he's like, "Hey man, if you get a chance, man, like if you could take my son out after the season and just take him out to the field and just show him a few things. I know you've been to the collegiate level. He's a senior this year in high school. You can show him the ropes. I'll greatly appreciate it." So I said, "Yeah, no problem, man. Like that's no problem. I'll take him out to the field. We do some footwork drills, this, that, and the third." So we end up going to Riceville Beach field, which is it's like 1 mile away from the actual beach. And went out there, got some footwork in. We and documented it on Instagram. And I got a lot of feedback from it, from parents, from other athletes saying, "Wow, you're a trainer now?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not a trainer." But I noticed something when I was out there doing it. I noticed like something came over me. I don't know if it's God telling me, "Look, man, this is what you need to do. This is your this is destiny. This is this is divine intervention, and this is what you're supposed to do in life." I don't know if it was that or it was something. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but it's something that I fell in love with, and it was sort of like a snowball effect or a chain reaction, however you want to put it. One parent, called me and asked if I trained, and I said no for a while, for like maybe like a couple of months until I was like, you know what, I sort of like I think I like what I do, because I was training athletes and I was doing it for free. You know what I mean? Like this. I was actually calling other athletes, like, "Let's go out and train. Let's go out and train." That's how much I loved it. Until one day I was like, I might need to transition this thing, like make this hobby that I love an occupation of mine, and this could be my job for the rest of my life. They always say, the wise man always said, if you love something and love doing something, and you're working hard at it, but you love it, it's not a job. It's something that you love. It's a hobby. It's a hobby. It's something you love doing. And that's how the Beast Behavior Athletic Training actually started. And one thing led to another. I had parents would call me and tell me that they like my product, like my work, and some get the information from word of mouth. Others get it from watching my video, like you mentioned. I have hundreds of videos on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. And my website's coming soon, by the way. That'd be another source of seeing my product. But that's how it started, man. And from that, I started my own apparel line as well, which is it's a spin-off, or you could say a something that correlates to the athletic training, and it's under the Beast Behavior brand, and it's called the Beast Behavior Apparel, which it has my logo on the apparel, and pretty cool gear. And I wanted one day, my goal for the apparel side is to for it to become like if not bigger than the Under Armour brand or a Nike brand or Adidas brand. That's my dream and a major goal in life. So.
Okay, man, that's great. I mean, I have to admit, your logo is awesome, man. You did that yourself, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, man. With the logo, it's actually it's two B's. When you look at it, it's two B's and one capital B. So it's different, like color contrast, but when you look at it, it's a lowercase b and a uppercase B, and it stands for obviously Beast Behavior. And actually, it took me probably a year to actually get this thing right where I wanted it to be, and what I wanted it to be. I'm not the best artist or drawer or whatever. So every day I spend like 2 hours just drawing logos something that could match what I was doing as far as the athletic trainer side, or something that matches me, something, like a friend always said, now you always talk about a beast this and beast that. And I said, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it stemmed from that, or I don't know what beast behavior stemmed from, but, but a logo, it took me like about 1 year to actually get that thing right, and I was still on hoodies and apparel and on the Instagram account and Facebook account.
Okay, so if people wanted to see your logo, obviously they can go to your Facebook page, and we'll get into how they can find you in a little bit. You have an awesome logo. By the way, has anyone ever approached you about doing their logo?
No, and I hopefully it don't, because, like I said, it's gonna take about a year or two. It was something, and the beast behavior logo was something that I don't know. I think it was God sent, man. I think like I said, it took me a year to get it right, man, and I get a lot of compliments on it, and I'm humble about that, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem. I know that when I watch your videos, man, I can see the passion when you're going through the exercise and you're showing kids how to work, and I think that's awesome. So you think this is a calling for you to train kids and help kids, and I guess it keeps you active in the sports world too, right?
Absolutely, man. Going back to what I was saying in retrospect, the injury that I had in college, I felt like my dreams were crushed. I felt like my football life, it wasn't. I felt like it wasn't over. You know what I mean? I felt like it ended before, sooner than I thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, man, I went through a stage of I didn't want to admit it then, but looking back on it in retrospect, I went through a stage of depression. Because that's how much passion I have and love I have for the game of football and running that ball. Like when that ball was in my hands, man, like that was precious to me. It's like God, mom, dad, family, friends, and then football. You understand? Like that football, running that football. It's like the adrenaline rush I had from that. It was like a positive drug. I got a high from it in a good way. And I needed that.
Right.
So when I didn't have that anymore, and there was really nothing I could do about it because of the injury, I was like, wow,
Well, I know I seen some high school film of you on Facebook, and you were a beast. I will say that. So I think
I appreciate it, man.
You named that appropriately. But let me get back to your college days at Wake Forest. Now, what years were you there?
I was there I came in '99. That was my freshman year. Matter of fact, from '99 to '02 was my football seasons. Then I graduated in '03. Now everything worked out for a reason, though.
Okay.
I feel like everything that happened then is the reason why I'm helping athletes now, because now the same passion I have running the football, I'm giving them that same passion and showing them that same path to get to where I was, and plus exceed that.
Right. Now at Wake Forest, is it true that your coach was it Jim Caldwell, the coach of the Lions?
Yeah. Jim Caldwell is he recruited me, and then he was my coach for my freshman and my sophomore year, and incredible coach, by the way. He was an incredible coach then, and he's an incredible coach now, and hopefully he'll win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I like Jim Caldwell. He seems real calm on the sidelines. He doesn't get all
for 2 years, and then he was terminated, and then that's when Jim Grove came in.
Okay. For
now, my junior and senior season.
Okay. Now getting back to beast behavior, what year did you form that?
What year did I find? It was 2014.
Okay. So what Terence? What's the mission of beast behavior? Where do you see this going?
I see the mission is to hopefully I can hire other trainers who can teach the same things that I teach and maybe even spin off that, because I don't do like weight training or anything like that. Maybe we could have like a beast behavior weight trainer, that does the weight training side of things. I could work on, because my specialty is footwork, footwork, agility, quickness, balance. Those are things that I teach. I don't teach weight training or anything like that, but maybe have, a trainer, a couple of trainers in each state, so for years to come in the near future. That's the mission, man. To spread beast behavior, and maybe throughout the world.
Okay, so your goal is much
bigger. No top, no ceiling.
It's much bigger than, say, just Wilmington. You want to take it worldwide.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I want to spread it to every, and it's a big industry too. Like the training industry is huge. So it's
absolutely.
It's but at the same time, it's a lot of opportunity as well. So there's a lot of youth out there. There's a lot of kids out there who actually need programs like this, and I'm all for any kid that wants to take their athleticism to the next level. But I'm really, really, really for the kids. As far as my athletic training program, I'm for the kids who really want to take it there. Who wants to exceed greatness, not just be great, but exceed it. I'm talking Michael Jordan level, Tiger Woods level, and Arnold Palmer level, and like taking it to Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, prime time. Like I'm talking exceeding their stats and exceeding their athleticism. So.
Okay, and how many kids are you training, or how many have you trained, I should say?
Man, I train over, since I started, it has to be over 100 kids.
Okay.
And that's just a guesstimate, you know what I mean?
And you do young kids, and you also do college athletes too, right?
Yeah. I do the younger kids, and Pop Warner, middle school, high school, and collegiate level, and looking to work for any, or work with any professional athlete. Athletes that play what I call field sports. Baseball, football, lacrosse, soccer, anything you have to wear cleats, or you're on a turf. But my main specialty is like any sport that needs footwork.
Okay.
And I think that's any sport.
Okay. Now, this is a golf podcast, but like I said, I was so impressed with seeing your videos on Facebook. I had to have you on the show. But how would beast behavior or your athletic training, how would that correlate to golfers? I know people don't think golfers are athletes, but how would that training benefit golfers?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Todd, because like you mentioned, a lot of people don't think golfers are athletes, but they are. And I'll tell you why. Because what I teach as far as with my beast behavior athletic training, the main thing I teach, I know I say I'm a footwork specialist, but without the mechanics of the proper mechanics, that is. So without using your arms, using your hips, bending your knees a certain way, staying light on your feet, things of that sort. And I'm not a golfer. I'm far from a golfer, but I bet you a bottom dollar everything I just named will be familiar with you, who knows about golf.
Right.
Hips. You're gonna have to use your hips to swing. Arms. You're gonna have to use your arms to swing, and you can't just use your arms. You have to have them. You have to use them in a proper way. In order to get the tee off.
Right.
But,
yeah, well, that's good. I mean, I like I said, I know people don't think golfers are athletes, but any kind of physical agility, I think, would be beneficial. Now, how can people find you?
Yeah, man. My website's not up yet. But as of right now, you can find me on Facebook. I have a few different Facebook accounts. Tarence S. Wiliams, which is Tarence. S is my middle name with a dot, and then Wiliams. That's my primary page on Facebook, my primary account. T Will Train find me on Facebook with T Will Train, which is T then WILL and then Train at the end. Also, Beast Behavior. I have a Beast Behavior Facebook account, and with those, excuse me, and also Instagram. I'm pretty steady on Instagram. T_Will_Train is my personal Instagram account, and then Beast.Behavior is the company's account, and also for the Beast Behavior store for the apparel, it's Beast Behavior Apparel. Again, that's at Beast Behavior Apparel is my other Instagram account. And with those same account names, you can go on Twitter and find them as well.
Okay. Now I'm just curious, what's the youngest athlete you trained?
The youngest I ever trained was probably like 6 or 7.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but the thing about it, that 6 or 7 year old would have to be mature enough. And when I say mature, I mean like it has to be a spark in them for me to like really, for us to really get into it and really for the training to be really effective, right, so to speak. Like I'm just not going to train a 6-year-old just because their parents say, "Oh man, I want my kid to train with you." No, it's not going to work like that, because again, I'm trying to train this kid up to be a collegiate level athlete, right, and exceed that as well.
Okay.
So
do you, I know you said you work with collegiate athletes, but what about like people who are far from college, like in their 30s or 40s? Do you train any training there?
Train for,
do you train any, men and women my age, like in their 30s or their 40s or beyond?
Not right now. Maybe it's something I like to get into later on in the future, but I more so have a passion just to see, kids develop as athletes, right, and play a specific sport. Okay. That I get a adrenaline rush out of that. It's sort of like running the football. Okay. But when I first started, I dibbled and dabbled with adults, as far as training them, trying to help them lose weight. But it wasn't my thing. I didn't really know much about it. Maybe if I educate myself on it, one day I get into that.
Okay. Do you foresee yourself at some point putting out DVDs or videos or anything like that?
I do plan on getting a YouTube channel, and I do maybe a DVD one day. Again, that'll probably be in the near future, but it's not anything like on my list as of right now as far as the DVD. I'll probably get a YouTube channel and just keep the social network, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook going, and then my website coming soon. So I'll probably stick with those things right now.
Okay. All right. By the way, what kind of reception have you gotten down in Wilmington?
You say what kind of reception?
Yeah. How have people embraced you down in Wilmington and beyond?
Oh man, it's love down here, man. And I think it stems from not just what I'm doing in the community, but like the genuine passion for what I'm doing. I think that rubs people the right way, and treating people right, treating people with respect. That goes a long ways to it. Like I'm far from perfect, man, but I try to treat people equally and try to be fair.
Oh yeah, that's all
I can, man. And I think that means more than anything, man. Moral values, man. It's the most important thing a human being can have, man. And I feel if I keep treating people that way, they'll treat me the same way,
Yeah, that comes across.
The love will be reciprocated.
Absolutely,
yeah,
man.
Love will be reciprocated, man.
Yeah, that comes across in your videos too, man. I can tell you have the passion, and I assume a lot of people remember your high school playing days too, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And not to mention, man. I don't like putting too much out there, man. As far as
go ahead, put it out there.
Like I'm bragging. Yeah, I want to make sure like I'm bragging anything, but I am excited about it, man. But I received a letter from my high school last week, matter of fact, as far as being inducted into the Hall of Fame, man. So I have a ceremony coming up in January to the Athletic Hall of Fame in my high school. So I'll be up there with Michael Jordan, man.
You'll be up there with Michael Jordan.
Yeah, yeah, Jordan and a lot of other great athletes came through school, man. So I just wanted to throw that out there, man. It's a proud moment, and I really appreciate it.
Oh man, congratulations. That's quite an honor. All right, Terrence, we're gonna wrap this up, man. I appreciate you being on the show. Good luck with beast behavior and the athletic training.
No problem, man. I appreciate it, Todd, man. If I was pausing a little bit, because I'm outside right now, man. It's cold out here, man. It's probably like 40 degrees out here, man.
Oh, so you're doing some training outside right now, huh?
Yeah, I'm training myself right now how to go back in this house and get in this heat.
Okay, man. Well, I appreciate it, Terrence. Good luck with everything.
But,
Talk to you soon, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Take it easy, man.
All right, thanks. That's Tarence Wiliams,
Later.
founder of Beast Behavior Brand Athletic Training down in Wilmington, North Carolina. If you need training, please contact him through social media, and you won't be disappointed. Thanks again, Terrence.
Thank you, sir.